Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about Stranger Things, Season 1, Episode 1. And I want to talk today about Episode 1 and the 10-hour game, and what the Duffer Brothers are saying about Dungeons and Dragons, in my humble opinion. So we jump right into Hawkins, Indiana on November 6th, 1983, and the core four, right? Mike, Will, Dustin and Lucas are all playing Dungeons and Dragons, and they've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 10 hours, right? That is astounding. How did they do that? Well, it was provisioned and it was nurtured. Okay, so Mike's father has provided a house where they can play. Mike's mother has supplied cool, fresh water in the refrigerator and lots of snacks, including pizza. Pizza. Actually, there was pizza ordered for them, right? And I think what the Duffer Brothers are saying with this 10-hour mega campaign is that Gary Gygax built Dungeons and Dragons in 1974 and gave it to the world, but he gave it to America, right? America interacted with it first. And I think the important thing to understand about Dungeons and Dragons is it could not have happened in any other country, right? We are the only country, right, where we could say, okay, listen, you have one sentience, right? The whole world understands that. Oh, I'm locked into this identity. But in America, the idea of switching your gender, your species, your orientation, your class, your background, right, and applying that and adding it to your identity, this would not have worked in any other country in the world. This would not have been buildable anywhere else, right? So not only did we have the open thinking that was necessary to make Dungeons and Dragons necessary, we also had the wealth to make it necessary. And this is something that I am very sad about, but it is a reality. Dungeons and Dragons right now, as it's constructed, is only played by hyper educated, hyper intellects, right? It's only played by the most charismatic, confident, intelligent people in the world. And those people all come with degrees, right? Like, there's a few blue collar people, who are smart enough to, like, kind of function as educated people, even though they're not, right? Like, through their own reading, but it's extremely rare, right? And the reality is, Dungeons and Dragons was able to grow in America because there were all these intellectual elites. And that's the only people who play Dungeons and Dragons. It's just intellectual elites with an extremely small, specific, with an extremely small, very specific, few exceptions. That's it. And I got one or two of them here. I got some blue collar guys who, really understand all of it, but they're extremely rare, extremely rare. So I think the Duffer Brothers were really saying, basically the 10-hour game is an analogy, this incredibly privileged 10-hour game. They have a house, they have cool fresh water, they have pizza ordered for them, they have a space all to themselves, a big house, not a small one, a big house where they can be loud and boisterous and do everything they need to do, right? And that was America. Gary built this thing, and Americans brought it to life with it. America brought it to life with its wealth and its liberty, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.